When people are looking to get started in real estate investing, the biggest objection that we hear is that I don't have any money to get started. So how can you get involved in real estate investing without any money? I'm Veena Jetti, and in this video, we're going to address just that topic and learn how you can get started with no money. Today, we're going to talk about how you can get started in real estate investing with little to no money. And I want to be clear, all investing has some level of risk. So you want to make sure you're making really sound financial decisions before you go down any path. So make sure you really understand what you're investing into. But without any money, we'll learn about some of the skill sets that you can develop to invest in real estate with sweat equity instead of actual dollars. So one of the most obvious and the easiest ways to get started in real estate investing without any money is to make yourself useful. Real estate can provide a way to become financially free through passive income. But for those with little or no cash looking to get into the game, it can be a very slow start. Don't be discouraged though. The best thing you can do to start investing in real estate is to develop some or all of the skills necessary to transact on these types of assets. And it'll take time. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So take time, really learn and understand what you're looking to do and gain the skill set necessary so that you can confidently speak to that skill set and you can add value to a transaction to a partner or somebody else that you'd like to work with in this space. So my family actually got its start in real estate without any money and without any kind of history here in the US or safety net. So I'm the daughter of two immigrants that came to this country, and my mom is a very successful real estate investor herself. And the way she really got started was she took time to learn and understand how real estate works. She networked with other people. And at that time, this was 30 plus years ago, where YouTube and Google was not available. So she had to go and network in person with other professionals to really learn and understand the best practices and what the advantages of investing in real estate were. And after doing that, she was able to develop the skill sets necessary. And then she took a leap of faith and executed and worked really hard to make sure that her portfolio was successful. Her ability to do that really laid a foundation for her kids to be able to transact on larger deals and take what she taught us in that foundation and really scale up. So there are three major pieces of the puzzle to a real estate transaction. So today we're going to go over the three different buckets and how you can develop skills within each of those. First one is acquisition. So acquisitions is the process of locating a property with a good return on investment or ROI and getting the deal under contract. While anyone with spare time can go and look for deals, this can be a very difficult thing for a beginner and requires a lot of making mistakes before you really know what to look for. And I can't stress this enough. The more properties you look at and the more times you underwrite deals, even if you don't win the deal, you're going to have a better understanding of what nuances exist and what to look at and what to look for in an ideal acquisition. So keep underwriting, keep looking at assets, keep looking at different numbers so that you really understand what is normal in the markets that you're interested in pursuing. So the second bucket is the capital stack, which includes raising capital, which is my favorite part of the business. This is what I love doing because it involves a lot of connecting and building relationships with my investors. So a deal can look good on paper, but until you have the money to buy it, it's going to be really hard to close it and it won't make you any money. So raising capital is a key skill to investing in real estate, and anybody can put together a prospectus or an offering memorandum. We also say OM in the industry. And you can start pitching to friends and family to invest into a project. Now, one major caveat is there are a lot of SEC rules and guidelines around this, and there are various exemptions that you can utilize. So the first thing you want to do before you do any of this is reach out to a licensed SEC attorney that it can represent you and give you proper legal guidance. SEC rules change. You want to make sure you're following those and doing everything correctly and by the book. And there is a lot of compliance you want to make sure you handle. But this is easily the best way to get started because it has a lowest barrier to entry. And like I said, it's my favorite, so maybe I'm a little biased, but it's the easiest way to get started in raising capital for real estate investments. The third bucket of acquiring a real estate asset and transacting on an asset is the operations of the asset. Once a deal is closed and funded, what next? The business plan has to be executed in accordance with the pro forma. The pro forma is simply what your projections were for your investors and your lenders. You want to make sure that you are executing to actually be able to deliver the results you say you're going to deliver. Operations include day-to-day functions to ensure that the investment performs optimally. So you want to make sure that you are maximizing the possible return on any investment that you make. Now, while capital raising is my favorite part, this is easily one of the most crucial parts, because if you are not operating appropriately or delivering on what you say you're going to deliver, your capital raising for the next deal is going to become much harder. Your investors are not going to be happy. So you want to make sure that you can actually execute. And this is why I always say everything starts and ends with numbers, because if you put good numbers in, then you'll be able to execute on them, and then you'll be able to raise more capital for your next deal. So think of it as a long game, not a quick and dirty deal. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a build wealth slowly scheme. And so you want to make sure that you're really paying attention to your numbers, to being able to execute and keeping your investors happy. So just to recap, there are three major skill sets or major pieces of the puzzle of any real estate transaction that you can participate in and you can develop skills within. First and foremost is acquisition, which is sourcing the deal, and it requires some amount of expertise and experience. You can gain this by looking at many, many deals and making offers on deals. Even if you don't get awarded the deal, every time you do it, you're going to get better and you're going to have more knowledge base and more information to make another offer with better terms or to be more competitive. Next is raising capital. This is the easiest one to get into for a beginner because everybody has a network. Like I said, it's my personal favorite. I really enjoy networking. I enjoy developing relationships with my investors. So this is something that anybody can really start. Again, disclaimer, make sure you reach out to an SEC attorney first. You want to make sure you're following SEC rules. And then third is operations, which is where the majority of your risk lies. Because if you don't execute on your business plan, you won't make any money for your capital will be upset and they won't invest with you again. And then acquiring deals becomes hard. So you want to make sure that whoever is operating the asset really knows and understands it and is dedicated to operating it to pro forma, or ideally even better than pro forma expectations. When we say you can start at any level, you really can start at any level. While some of these skills can be easier to learn than others, with time and dedication, you can become a crucial part of the real estate process and carve out a piece of the action. If you're looking to get started with no money, developing necessary skills for a transaction to run smoothly is the easiest way to build your real estate portfolio. You want to make sure that you are taking the time and energy and dedication required to really honing those skills, because again, real estate investing isn't without risk, and you want to make sure you're taking on appropriate risk for what's comfortable for you and appropriate for your portfolio. So you can start at any level. You can start by just developing one small skill set within any of the three major buckets that we talked about today. For example, you could be really great at due diligence, and that can be the thing that you start with on the acquisitions team, and you can partner with more experienced sponsors or investors and bring that skill to them and earn your sweat equity if you don't have actual dollars to put in the deal when you're first starting out. So anybody can get started at any level. You can definitely learn any of these skills with enough time and dedication. You have the resources available at your fingertips. So take that time, learn, understand what you're investing in, and make sure it's appropriate risk for your portfolio. If you're interested in learning more about how to get started in real estate, click the link below. We will go over all of the details of what you need to know to really get started in this business. If you're trying to develop that skill set that you want with no money down, you want to put in sweat equity instead. So click the link below and join us for more videos. Thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed learning about how to get into this space with little or no money, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell, and follow my next videos.